I got home. I immediately put on my pajamas and I was so excited because I opened my bagel and I'm like, I can't wait to eat my pumpernickel bagel because it's my favorite thing, like pumpernickel. Like, I'm an old man at heart, and you know what? It's not pumpernickel. They messed it up. I walked 2 damn miles in pain for a bagel. Didn't even get the right bagel. I don't think you guys know how hard that was for me.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Anna, or glitter and lasers. There was a video that was uploaded recently that a lot of people have had a lot of opinions on, and so that's what we're going to talk about. Now, we're not going to watch the entire video, but just kind of spoiler alert, basically what ends up happening in this video is Anna is in New York City. So this was filmed, it looks like, before she got her lipedema surgery, which happened very recently. So this was filmed a while ago, but it was just posted, right? She's in New York City and she decides that she wants to go on a walk to get a bagel, right? So the bagel shop is, she says, about 2 miles away from her hotel. And so she embarks on this walk, and a lot of stuff happens during that walk, but eventually she gets to this bagel place. She gets the bagel that she wanted, and then she Ubers home or back to the hotel room. And in the hotel room, she realizes that the bagel is not the bagel that she wanted, and she proceeds to cry. Now, just hearing that, I know that people are like, oh, that's ridiculous. But I feel like there's more to it than just that. And it starts a little bit earlier in the video. So we're going to go over some of the parts of the video. We're not going to go over the whole video, but let's get into it. This is the video right here. And it says, I walked 2 miles for a bagel, NYC travel vlog. And so again, the first part of this video is just her kind of talking about what she's going to be doing and then walking through New York. But this first thing that I thought was kind of rude that happened in the video was that she passes some street performers that are doing this thing where they get a bunch of people hyped up for this performance that they're going to do. It's something, if you've ever been to a crowded city, it's pretty common. I see it down in San Diego quite often. But they have the crowd up, they'll do like some flips and different things like that. But she decides to kind of like comment on it, and it just feels like the comment that she makes about it is just a little unnecessarily rude, in my opinion. So this is what happens here.
So John turned to me and he described these so accurately. They hype you up for 50 minutes and then they do, like, it's like watching your nephew dance in his bedroom. You're like, look what I can do. But like on the street. Now occasionally you'll get a crew that's like really good, but most of the time that's not the case.
And like, it's just bizarre because like, if you look at these people, some of them look like they're like literally not even 18 years old. And it's just, I don't know, it's just bizarre to make that comment and put it in your vlog, right?
Watching them is like, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Who's gonna give me money? Now what?
So she goes on to say, like, watching them is like, them being like, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Who's gonna give me money? No one, right? It's just like, these are street performers. They have a permit to be doing this. It's just, again, it's unnecessarily rude, especially like, again, if those are thoughts that you have, that's fine, right? We all have certain thoughts that like maybe whatever, but like to film it and then put it in a video is just so bizarre. And to not see how that makes you just look so unbelievably rude, and like, personally for me, very privileged to be like, I'm not in a position where I have to, do these different things for different, trying to make money. Like, these are people that are trying to do their best to make some money. They're doing something completely legally. They're allowed to be doing this. They have a permit to be doing this. To make fun of them, it just feels so unnecessarily mean and rude and judgmental. I don't know. It just feels gross to me. A little bit later in the video, she ends up stopping at this, like, it's like these people that make cotton candy art, right? And she's talking about how excited she is. But again, it's just this air of like she is deserved something from this, person that's making a living making these cotton candy things. I don't know. It just, again, it's just it feels very disconnected from reality, I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay, so this is a place I've always wanted to go to that just conveniently was here. I didn't know it was, but then I saw it. And I thought they were closed for the day, but they're just opening for the day so we can go. So we've been here like 30 to 40 minutes and it's still not up and running. And their artist is running late. And I have a limited amount of capacity for standing and walking today. And I really want that bagel. So we might have to abandon this side quest. And a little bummed, but it's okay. I'd rather have the bagel than this anyway.
It is okay. It's not that big of a deal, right? Like it's really not that big of a deal.
It's funny, right as I gave up hope, the artist showed up. now we gotta wait like 10 minutes for the artist to make the creation. So, I'll be honest, I'm impatient and I'm tired of waiting, so this better be good.
So, it's just bizarre, like, you're waiting for this thing, and then you're almost like mad at the artist and being like, it better taste good, when you yourself were like, I've been wanting this for so long, this is something that I've wanted for so long. And then I don't know, it's just so strange to, instead of be like, oh cool, this ended up working out, to be like, it better be good too. And like, I don't know, like, you're the one that chose to wait, you're the one that chose to wait for this creation, right? And so I don't know, it's just bizarre to me. It's a weird response to that thing happening, right? I mean, it looks cool, right?
Okay, here we go. Whoa! It made it taste like cotton candy.
Yeah, it's cotton
really
candy.
Cool cotton candy. Okay. Get the Pop Rocks. Because that's cotton candy on another level.
And then she ended up getting a bunch of stuff on her shirt, you know.
We took a little break because my feet were hurting. And I made the tough call that this walk meant that I couldn't go to a Broadway show because I'm going to crash real hard after this. This was really hard. Which is like super embarrassing to say because like literally a month ago I ran a 5K. But
so we've already talked about the whole 5K debacle. I can understand being like frustrated with the position that your body is in, especially dealing with the lipedema and all that stuff, right? But again, like, this was a choice that Anna made, and she decided to film this entire thing, and it doesn't seem like it really worked out very well. And so I think it's very interesting that she, and I have my theories on why she decided, which we'll talk about later, why she decided to still post this video, even though this whole experience was a relatively negative one. And I'd say that this video was just relatively, there wasn't really much to it, right?
Part of going off all my anti-inflammatories and not being able to take Advil and my body just rebelling against life is a lot more sitting and a lot slower pace, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I do not like it. So we took a little break, but now we have to get moving because the bagel place closes at 5 and it is 4 something, and we still have about a half a mile to walk. So we're gonna go, we're gonna get our bagel because that's what we came here to do. And if I walked all that way and there was no bagel, I'd be so pissed.
Well, that's kind of foreshadowing, I'd say. So let's get to the bagel shop now.
Don't have Kalamata cream cheese.
So she's upset because they don't have the cream cheese that she was looking forward to earlier in the video. She kind of talked about that.
It's okay. I'm just gonna have to branch out and try something new. Now that I have the bagel in hand, I just want to be home. I want to eat my bagel in bed in peace. So we're gonna get a cab, we're gonna go to the hotel, and then I'm gonna put my feet up and eat my bagel.
So this, I think, could have obviously been easily avoided. Like, I think that's like 101 when it comes to ordering food, is especially if you went through this big of a debacle, is make sure you check it before you go all the way home, especially if you know the place is closing and it was such a trek to get there. You know, you could have avoided a little bit of heartache, I think, here. Like the queen I am. No, like, seriously, I earned this and I want to devour it in the sanctity of my hotel room. I got home, I immediately put on my pajamas, and I was so excited because I opened my bagel and I'm like, I can't wait to eat my pumpernickel bagel because it's my favorite thing, like pumpernickel. Like, I'm an old man at heart, and you know what? It's not pumpernickel. They messed it up. It's not even the right bagel. It's not even the right cream cheese. It's oat. It's an oat bagel with, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's veggie cream cheese. So, like, somebody else probably has my order. This is probably somebody else's bagel. Well, what a way to end this video. I walked 2 damn miles in pain for a bagel.
I didn't even get the red bagel. I don't think you guys know how hard that was for me. And I'm like, I don't know whether to cry or laugh because God, sometimes you just can't win. Sometimes you just can't win. Well, I walked 2 miles for a bagel and I guess I didn't get it.
So, like, I know what people are going to say, and honestly, I can understand, right? Like, the fact of, like, I'm assuming that she's not just crying because of the bagel, right? It's not like the fact that the bagel was wrong is why she's crying, right? I'm sure people are saying that, but I obviously can understand that there are probably other circumstances going on. The thing that I think is just a little unhinged is filming this entire thing and making this an entire video. It doesn't make sense to me, especially because you chose to film this whole thing and upload this and film yourself crying. I'm not a huge fan of like people crying on camera, like filming themselves crying. I think that it's a little unnecessary. I think that there are better ways to handle this situation. So the fact like filming yourself crying because a bagel was wrong, regardless of what other reason might be, to not understand that people are going to react negatively to that is more of the issue that I have, or more of the thing that I think is a little crazy, right? Like, it's one thing to have these feelings, totally fine, but to be surprised when people don't respond well is a whole nother thing, because people did not respond well. If you look at the comments on this video, they're all like, you know, this is what addiction looks like. Was it necessary to make fun of the street performers? Is this a joke? She cries over a bagel. The entitlement is unbelievable. Other struggles to get food, work their asses off to pay rent, and she is here vlogging it in NYC, rather being filmed, talking around a bit, as you do, complaining about pain that she inflicts on herself, complaining that she has to wait at a shop to open, create her treat, and then she cries about a wrong bagel order. She needs to wake up. So, like, to be surprised that is the response is, for me, what is more telling than the fact that she's crying over a bagel, right?
Well, I'm gonna go figure out what this is. I'm afraid because I literally don't know what cream cheese it is, and I'm like, I don't want to try it on camera because I don't know what it is. Straight up, I don't know what this person ordered that I got. So I'm just gonna go and make peace with this. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope if you too are chasing a bagel that you get it, that your luck is better than mine.
All right.
About a girl.
And then so the next day she ends up getting the bagel that she wanted, right? So not that big of a deal. She got the bagel that she wanted. But again, the way that she responded to this, because she was not super happy with how people left comments and were not the happiest, she decided to make basically a response short on YouTube that I think encapsulates what people don't really like about Anna, or the problems that they have with her, because it seems like she can't understand the criticism that is coming from this, and instead it's just like there's nothing wrong that she can do, and everyone else is obviously wrong. So this is the short that she made, kind of responding to quote unquote the haters. Now we can't listen to it because it's copyright music, so we can't listen to that on YouTube. But she writes, POV, you're grateful for your haters because they relentlessly shamed you about crying over a messed up bagel order. So you get free bagel orders from NYC. Life is good, karma is bitter. And then she says, shamed for having emotions during a stressful time, and now I have bagels. Thanks, Essa Bagel, right? And then she films herself putting cream cheese on a bagel and taking a bite, right? And it's just bizarre to not at least understand where people are coming from when they have the criticism, right? And so if you look at the comments again, the response again, it's just not very good, right? So happy a tantrum got you what you wanted. This is bizarre. Is this supposed to be a flex? Pathetic beyond belief. What a weird world we live in. That's all I have to say. I've typed and erased a million times. This indicates to me that narcissists love negative attention as well. Not a good look for a 40-year-old woman. And so this whole situation has been interesting because I think at the end of the day, it's not about the bagel. It's about how she is reacting to the situation, but also to people having criticism about the situation, right? I think, like, for me, I think it's interesting that this video was even put up because I think it's clear that Anna obviously filmed this before the lipedema surgery, which happened recently, right? And so this was like a month or something ago. And so I think what ended up happening, this is me putting on my tinfoil hat, but I think as a YouTuber, right? She filmed this video, realized that it wasn't very good, that the end of the story wasn't very good. It didn't really make for a great video. So she was like, I'm just going to shelve it. I'm not going to put anything up. But then because she ended up getting the surgery, she doesn't have a way to really probably film much content. She doesn't really have anything to post. She was like, you know what? I'm just going to post this bagel video and, you know, see what happens. And it's very interesting because that video, and this is not me trying to be mean or anything like that, but that video didn't do super well, right? I think it has like 20,000 views, right? So it's not like it's doing incredibly well. And so the amount of quote unquote hate that she's receiving is not going to be that much because that video is not reaching that many people. It's just bizarre that she will focus so much on this negative attention and give it so much of her energy, right? Instead of just like moving on from it, or and at least and not even seeing the criticism that people have made. Like, this is something that has become obviously something that is like a running thing that's going on with Anna, like where people are seeing that it seems that she is very much so focused on herself and everyone else is just in her way or in her world and they have to, you know, serve her. The whole, like, you know, the whole lady saying, hey, good job on your run, and she just freaked out on it, right? Like, this is all things that are pointing to maybe not the best personality, maybe someone that's a little bit full of themselves, you know? So that's kind of, that's how what I think about the whole situation. But I'm curious what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.